Alright, here are comics here. This is your comics transgender hate mail, homosexual hate mail, atheist hate mail. Basically, me reacting to a bunch of screencasts on YouTube, TV, and art. That are response to comments I made against, comments to response to comments I made against these deviant lifestyles, and a few other things. Trigger warning: if you don't like what I'm saying, go ahead, click off the video, go watch something else. Do not lie and say this hate speech, because there is no hate speech in here. It's speech you hate. This is a story. Let's continue on. People getting things wrong. This comment section is me trying to straighten them out with which is abuse of biology, and then getting ticked off about that. Also, it's getting vaccinated to help avoid the spread of germs. We will, be healthier. So that's important to do. Yeah, so we got some Nazi for fan art on my tablet. And yeah, there are some interesting things people can do with certain characters. This is a male character, but made an alternate reality with that male character is a female character. That's interesting how that goes. Yep. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Let's get on. Let's look here. There's a little overlap of what is important to do so I can don't miss anything. Okay, someone says, it's great to know there are more fans out there, Fred Tan fans. I love Fab too, and we're not, though annoying at times, also enjoyable. Here's edition for second season. There's a link. RougeVampireTripod.com. I don't know what that is. Also, thanks for the phase. I say you're welcome. This is the stuff on my profile page. Oh yeah, that's good. Scorpion at Sub-Zero say trans rights. No, they don't. I'm only was passed away. Someone says. Sorry to hear that. And someone says, can you sign my petition, please? Change.org, Mondo Media. Can you please take a look at your phone notes? I just sent one to you. Thanks for the phase. Someone else. Alrighty, duck. Heard that before. Lots of different things in here. Chief Eckler says, getting a new issue of Dysphoria Sphere is worse than getting a dog turd for Christmas. As I asked you, but I look at it as giving medicine that tastes bad. It's about trying to cure an illness. Then he says, this is a medicine is poison. That's why it tastes bad. Like poison for fear, so I'm going to make an overdose, I say. And the dude says, oh, okay, then kill yourself by shaming your clearly repressed sexuality. I'm like, I will not. Don't you either. Don't you do it either. I'm trying to save lives here, I say. They say all kinds of nasty stuff, but it just shows that they're wrong. And so it says, being trans is not fear, bro. Ignore the fact that there's a lot of fear involved in it. God makes your brain one gender and your body the other. No, he doesn't. You're meant to tradition if God makes no mistakes. And I say, true, but God never does that. People believe he does that, and that's wrong. And person says, don't tell me my faith is wrong. It's not. It's wrong. You gotta work on it. God wants us to love, not hate. And I say, that's true. We must love and also speak the truth in love. Faith is the issue here. All people must have faith that God gave them the body they're supposed to have. No answer. And this was, or maybe let your people live their lives and do whatever they want with their body they have. Just a thought. No. Not what it said. Click. One of those ones where the young guy shows off the music the other one has. The young guy shows off the music to his pops. And his pop says, like, that's not the original. Here's the original. I can go back a bit sometimes. It's crazy to see that. That's awesome. Let's continue on here. We let people live their lives and do whatever they want with everybody they have. Just a thought. Not what it said. Nope. Well, that's somebody else saying that. But they tried to defend the person getting things wrong with the Bible. God's not making anyone gay or trans. God makes people normal humans. But no, we can choose to give in to temptation to sin or choose to resist it. That's how it goes. Let's see here. Where are we? Okay. Oh, yeah. Continue the conversation. I would not want these horses to overdose on drugs, so say that those drugs are bad. It's the same here. Sure, it's their body, but self-harm is no way to live, I say. And then new person says, stop bullying trans kids online by telling the truth. Stop bullying. It's not your business what anyone tells you to choose to do with their body. Actually, it is. Christian, trying to fight against sin. Yeah. Simple. You have zero right to start telling people how to live their lives. Not really. And I say, sorry, but I'm a Christian. It's in the Bible that I warn people against this crap. Their skills be laid to death and rolled back the story to slaughter purposely for 11. People have died because of gender dysphoria. I'm going to help them fight it. And the person says, no, you're not a doctor. So what? You don't know how to help them. Yeah, I do. Stop lying about your medical sex. That's how. You clearly know nothing medically about it. It's not medical, it's mental. It's for your spiritual. Stop making assumptions. Do some research before literally bullying kids over it by telling the truth, saying what they're doing is wrong and proving it. That's bullying, right? Like, no, it's not. Get a hobby that doesn't involve harassment. I say that's harassment. Know the fact that we will go through, we on the left will do all kinds of horrible things to people if we don't like what they're doing. Someone trying to play Harry Potter, someone trying to show off sexy women in video games. No, heck no. Burn them, bury them. Wait, nope. It's such a sad double standard. Let's go. And I say there's nothing medically wrong with people who want to transition. It's all in the mind, and I will help them change it. Then the person says, do I really have to repeat myself? Jesus Christ, it's like talking to a brick wall. You're harassing children because of a medical disorder they have. It's not medical. It's mental. Mind your own business and shut up. No. Science says dysphoria exists. Yeah, it does. But it's wrong. So I go. Dysphoria is wrong, though. So, yeah, it is. As much as there is that whatever some religious book says, lol, only putting all people's views on religious people more, laughing my butt off, in my opinion. LMAO, laughing my butt off, yeah. No, because I will. True, science does say dysphoria exists. It's called other things, though. Stress, anxiety, many names for the same thing. Fear. In this case, gender dysphoria is fear of how life will go because of what religious warriors they were with. The solution is not to remove them, but to click. More stuff, more threads here. This is not to remove them, but to learn how to live with them. And then new person says, "Oh, okay, I'm not going to respond to you because you're an effing delusional idiot who clearly knows nothing about mental health through lies." Facing your fears and dealing with actual reality, learning to live in actual reality doesn't help mental health, right? Yeah, it does. No, but according to the transgender lies, you're supposed to ignore reality and continue to fight against it and disguise yourself, and have people lie about yourself, disguise yourself, lie about yourself, and try to get people to play along with you with that lie, right? That's good for mental health, right? I know it's not. They got their poles reversed. They think that things that are bad for mental health are good for mental health, and things that are good for mental health are bad for mental health. That's not good. So let's go. Shut the F up. Nope. Smiley face. Nope. You're actually a human trash. You think you know anything about any of these very different mental disorders that are all based on the same thing. Shut the absolute F up. Nope. If you want to think like that, go back to medieval times and stay there with all the other people with their heads over their behinds. Scientific proven facts of religious bigotry any day. Ones I like, not the ones I don't like. The ones I like, not the ones I don't like. Bigotry any day. Smiley face. I'm like, yeah. But the problem is you're using religious bigotry yourself. The religion of no religion there. Yeah, not good. Scientific facts. Testicles are male. Like, I gotta go to that scientific fact. Scientific fact. Ovaries are female. Scientific fact. Ignore it. Nope. Not ignoring it.